It's another season of Texas A&M Fighting Aggies football. Catch the action right here on News Talk 710 KURV and on the Radiopotomy app all season long.
It is a touchdown, Aggies!
Coach Mike Elko leads the charge through the SEC. From pre-game breakdowns, all the action in between, and post-game wrap-ups. Fighting Aggies football, powered by DHR Health Orthopedic Institute, Amigo Power Equipment, Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing, and News Talk 710 KURV.
The best gun show in Texas is coming. The Saxet Gun Show. This Saturday and Sunday at the McAllen Convention Center. Buy, sell, or trade. The Saxet Gun Show has everything. Guns, knives, military, and every caliber of ammo you can possibly need. Doors open at 9 a.m. this weekend. For more info, go to saxetshows.com. It's the Saxet Gun Show at the McAllen Convention Center this Saturday and Sunday. You better be there.
Our call letters, KURV. Our frequency, 710 AM. Our specialty, news and talk. News Talk 710 KURV and KURV.com.
Aggies hosting South Carolina pregame at 10 a.m. I'm showing off in front of the boss, Joe. Okay, don't harsh my mellow here. Aggie football made possible by DHR Health Orthopedic Institute, Burt Ogden Auto Group, Hank Assad, and our Fighting Texas A&M family.
We have NFL football now. We got Monday night, Sunday night, Thursday night football. I got a commitment from Cesar Aguirre from McAllen Bolt.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they'll be joining us as a sponsor for the next couple of months for NFL. I was listening to the broadcast last night. We joined Thursday night, and Freddie queued up everything. And the guy that's on the network from Westwood One. I love, you know that dude.
David Lee is his name.
He charges like, somebody told me, like $500 for 5 minutes of audio recording, something like that. From Westwood One.
And you have the Timu David Lee right here. You know that, right?
But that's all we need. Yeah. Just keep working on those impersonations.
Yeah.
The La Bonanza Avocados Cold Storage Distribution Center, when we got the order to come and broadcast, I was telling Zach off here, La Bonanza. Say, oh, great. They're opening up a Bonanza restaurant in South Texas. We can enjoy some delicious buffet.
I showed up in my fat pants. I was waiting for the buffet, you know?
No, well, we got plenty of avocados. So, hey, stick around. We're hoping to tackle some more interviews for next time. Mario Reina committed. He's with Rioplex 6.
More with our friends at Rioplex up next on your 956 drive home.
Definitely.
If you're ready to take your listening experience to the next level, get ready to meet your new best friend, Alexa. With just a simple, "Hey Alexa, play 710 KURV," you can unlock a world of news and weather information, nationally syndicated and local talk shows, top and bottom of the hour news, all in crystal clear digital audio. So tune in and turn up the Alexa magic. Whether you're dancing in the kitchen, chilling on the couch, Alexa's got your back. Say it with me now. Hey Alexa, play 710 KURV.
The 12th man lives here.
Feels nice. Winning in this conference feels nice. You got to earn them.
This is who we are.
Go, baby!
Touchdown, Aggies! Join us Saturday. Texas A&M hosts the South Carolina Gamecocks. Our coverage begins at 10 a.m. on your home for Aggie football.
Powered by DHR Health Orthopedic Institute, Amigo Power Equipment, Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing, and News Talk 710 KURV. Gig 'em, Aggies!
Securing America.
During the recent meeting of G7 foreign ministers in Canada, Secretary of State Marco Rubio discussed the continuing series of U.S. strikes against suspected narco-terrorist vessels in the Caribbean and the Eastern Pacific.
The United States is under attack from organized criminal narco-terrorists in our hemisphere, and the president is responding in the defense of our country.
The secretary added that just stopping suspected drug boats is not enough.
The problem is interdictions alone are not effective. You have to disincentivize this industry that these terrorists are using to flood our country with heroin, with cocaine, with fentanyl.
Rubio saying, though, that these strikes are not open-ended.
It can stop tomorrow if they stop sending drug boats.
And also adding, the bottom line is,
the president is going to defend the national interest and the national security of the United States.
Rubio says American forces are starting to see less drug vessels on the water. Kevin Uretsky, Fox News.
History's unfolding, and you're listening to it on News Talk 710 KURV, Edinburgh, McAllen, Harlingen, Brownsville.
Flights being restored. I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. The FAA says it plans to roll back some of the cuts to commercial flights it put in place at 40 airports during the government shutdown. The current 6% cuts are being downgraded to 3%. This comes as we gear up for the busiest travel season of the year.
Americans, they're watching that calendar with Thanksgiving less than 2 weeks away. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says air traffic controllers should receive at least 70% of their back pay by tonight and the rest within the next week.
Fox's Nate Foy at LaGuardia Airport in New York City. The shortage of air traffic controllers isn't new, but Transportation Secretary Duffy says by the end of the shutdown, 15 to 20 controllers were retiring daily, and some younger controllers were leaving. President Trump has signed an executive order dropping tariffs on beef, coffee, and tropical fruits. The order signed after the White House announced framework agreements with Guatemala, El Salvador, and Argentina. Hours after an arrest was made in the shooting of a beloved California college football coach John Beam, who has since died of his injuries.
Oakland police identifying 27-year-old Cedric Irving as the suspect accused of shooting John Beam at Laney College, revealing the 66-year-old football coach has died.
To the extent of my knowledge, he played football at Skyline High School, but not when Coach Beam was there.
Oakland Assistant Police Chief James Beer.
The weapon is the same caliber that was recovered on him as the calibers of the casings, as well as the live rounds recovered on scene.
Explaining the suspect knew Coach Beam, but they did not have a close relationship.
Fox's Kristen Goodwin. Beam and the Laney College Eagles were featured in the 2020 season of the Netflix docuseries Last Chance U, which focused on athletes at junior colleges who are working to turn their lives around. A Texas judge has denied a request from the state attorney general Ken Paxton for a temporary restraining order against Kenvue's marketing of Tylenol in the state. America's listening to Fox News.
This is the time of the year most of us are checking off our holiday gift list. Identity thieves have lists too, and your personal information might be on that list. Protect your identity with LifeLock. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points every single second and alerts you to the threats you could miss yourself. If your identity is stolen, your own U.S.-based restoration specialist is going to work to fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Make this season about joy, not identity theft, with LifeLock. Save up to 40% off your first year at LifeLock.com with the promo code BECK. Terms apply.
Hear that? That's Mike. He took ZQL Ultra, so now he's sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. ZQL Ultra helps Mike fall asleep fast, stay asleep longer, and get the deeply restorative sleep he needs, so he can wake up refreshed and ready to conquer Monday.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Ultra. Not for colds, just for sleep. Really great sleep. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
The legal team for accused killer Luigi Mangione is working to challenge a statement his lawyers say was made by his own mother that could be damaging to his case, including suggesting that the fatal shooting of healthcare CEO Brian Thompson might be something that she could see him doing.
Luigi Mangione's defense attorneys are demanding prosecutors provide proof to back up this claim made during a high-profile news conference by the NYPD chief of detectives last December. But in newly filed court documents, Mangione's attorneys say to date, there has been no documentation provided in discovery that confirms the chief of detectives' statement as to Mrs. Mangione's alleged statement. In fact, all the discovery provided so far indicates that she did not make such a statement. They go on to say, if it is true that Mrs. Mangione never made this statement, then it is shocking and unconscionable that the district attorney's office and the NYPD have never corrected the highly prejudicial false statement.
Fox's Brian Yanis in New York City. Researchers have reported what they believe is the first documented death from a meat allergy that can be triggered by tick bites. A 47-year-old man from New Jersey died last year from what's called alpha-gal syndrome, which was first linked to bites from the Lone Star tick in 2011. Walmart about to have a new CEO.
A change in leadership is coming at America's largest retailer. Walmart CEO Doug McMillon, who's credited with leading the company through the pandemic and boosting online shopping options, is stepping down at the end of January. McMillon is 59. John Furner, Walmart's head of U.S. operations, will take over as CEO. Furner started with Walmart as an hourly associate, and his father was a Walmart executive. Retail companies are dealing with tariffs, economic uncertainty, and stressed consumers. Kohl's, Kroger, and Target have all named new CEOs this year.
Fox's Ginny Casola. I'm Lisa Lacera. This is Fox News.
Your 710 KURV AccuWeather forecast. Breezy tonight, otherwise clear and mild. The low in the mid-60s. Breezy and warm with partly sunny skies on Saturday. Highs in the upper 80s near 90. Sunday, mostly sunny. Highs in the upper 80s to low 90s. Mostly sunny Monday. Breezy, quite warm. Will tie the high temperature record from last year with a high of 92. Breezy and humid with clouds and sun Tuesday. Highs in the low to mid-90s. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina on the Valley's official weather station, 710 KURV.
We're out of bottled water again.
That's nuts. I just bought a case of water last time I went shopping.
I'm not drinking tap water.
We need a better solution.
Call Culligan.
Hey, Culligan man.
Stop buying little bottles of water at the store. Our Culligan drinking water system makes an almost unlimited supply of fresher, cleaner water that tastes pure. It's bottled water without the bottles. For better water, go to CulliganRGV.com or call 956-399.
Rioplex Economic Development and CIL Economic Development, Developmental Solutions. The groundbreaking of a new cold storage distribution center. We have plenty of great people from Rioplex that are going to be joining us, and one of those people is Mario Reina, who is joining us now to talk about Rioplex. Take us back to the start of Rioplex, the need for it, the environment for it. How did it come to be?
Thank you for allowing me to be here today. And if it goes back a few years, the Judge Richard Cortez had this desire to lower the poverty level in Hidalgo County. And so he created the Prosperity Task Force a few years ago. So we started the work of the Prosperity Task Force. And along the line, we discovered that we needed the CEOs to be part of what we were doing. So we created a group of people like Joaquin Spammer and Carlos Canales and Jim Collins. So they came together and they said, one of the biggest problems we have is no one knows where we are. And so I said, what do you mean by that? Yes, when we go out and try to sell the region, no one knows where we are. And what we have to sell is not big enough for them. You know, if we belong to a city like Mission or Far or whatever, and we say we have 100,000 people, what's that in a city of 100, a city of 20 million people when you go to China, when you go to some places like that? So he said, we need a bigger market. So we went about and we came up with the name RealPlex. We had a marketing committee. We discussed many names, and that's what we came up with. When we came up with the name RealPlex, the CEO said, we like this name, and this is where we are now. So why RealPlex? Because we're promoting everything from Roma to Brownsville, from Miguel Alemán to Matamoros. So when you combine all this region, you have about 3.5 million people. You have seaports, you have airports, you have SpaceX. You know, we were in SpaceX a few hours ago showing these folks what it looked like, and they were totally blown out of the water because of all the construction that's going on. We took them to the port of Brownsville, and they tell us that they have over $30 billion worth of new projects coming there. So that's something that is incredible. But what's more incredible is that the people that work there right now, as for the LNG operations, 71% of the people that work there are folks from this area, from the RealPlex area. And the same thing is true with SpaceX. Latest information that I have, about 80% of the employees at SpaceX are folks from this region. So we have a lot to offer. You know, we have the right capital, we have the right human capital. Everything is in the right place.
What would you say are the biggest priorities that RealPlex has right now in developing our area?
Well, obviously the biggest priorities is about 3 to 4% of the population in the RealPlex area, at least on the Texas side, they work in manufacturing. A normal percentage would be about 12%. So obviously, we need to raise the levels in the manufacturing arena. So that's what RealPlex is all about. It's an industrial promotion to bring more industry into this region. So those are the priorities. I mean, this one here, La Bonanza, is a distribution, it's a logistics operation. So these folks move, they import avocados from Mexico. And anyone that follows avocados, we know that avocados are an everyday thing for most of the Americans, you know, and that we import in America about 88% of the avocados. So these folks are going to play a big role with the avocados.
Mario Reina is executive director of the, I've been referring to it as a private sector economic development initiative called RealPlex, and very blessed to be a part of this story that is unfolding. It started this year, and we continue with the united efforts of businesses that are working, they're competitors. They're investors who are competitors, but they're working with each other for the sake of selling northern Mexico and southern Texas. So today, this broadcast at La Bonanza, this distribution, this cold storage and distribution center for all these avocados coming in from Michoacan. We have when you were making reference to visiting SpaceX and visiting the port, you were talking about the delegation from Michoacan,
yes,
the investors, the La Bonanza owners, other growers. Right. It's a sizable delegation, and I knew when they got here, as I said last hour, because they had all the kids with them, the huerquillos, all the children, the family showing up. So tell me more about this outreach to Michoacan, the relationships that are some years old, some newly forged, and what else could we glean from the Michoacan harvest, all the crops that are coming in from Mexico?
Absolutely. So obviously there's more than avocados that come from that region. So you have limes and all kinds of mangoes and whatnot. But the relationship here is between, Joaquin and a key member of the Michoacan delegation. So they've been talking to each other. And so the purpose of taking them to see SpaceX, the purpose of taking them to see the port of Brownsville, so they can see the amount of investment that is taking place in the region, and so they can see that people are coming here, they're investing, so they should not obviously.
Let me get the microphone closer to you.
Yeah, they should not have any concerns about this area not doing well in the future, because we're going to do well. If you invest money in this region, you're going to do well. You're not going to have a problem finding the right qualified personnel to work for you, because if we can support SpaceX, if we can support the Port of Brownsville, obviously we can support their operations. So that was the reason for doing that particular activity. We want to show them that we have all the capabilities of supporting their business.
So who gets to decide what goes where? We're selling ourselves as a region, and how is it distributed in that way?
Well,
depending on obviously the strengths.
The investor gets to decide where they go. All we do is showcase the region, and like the judge says, this is the mall. You go put the store wherever you want to at the mall. So they come, we take them all over the place. They meet all the developers, and that's what we're doing. And even today, I mean, there's a bunch of developers here that are here because they want to be part of this. So this is just one particular activity, but there's a lot of investors here from Michoacan right now, and they're going to make other investments perhaps. And so this is the whole idea behind it.
Did you actually take them to the mall in McAllen? They got the Lego store for the kids and, Auntie Anne's with the pretzels and all those things.
No, I didn't take it.
Mario Reina is the executive director for the private sector economic development push known as RioPlex. They're selling our region, southern Texas and northern Mexico. The big kickoff, and we were so blessed to be with you in Houston back in April. And many of those conversations with local leadership and other folks in the region, you can see those on 710 KURV, our YouTube channel, X, as well as we had that full day of broadcasts from Houston. Back then, the push was with attachés, with trade attachés from various countries. And like in sales, right?
Yeah.
You need to make like 15 or 20 calls to get one sale or two sales.
Yeah.
The math was right. So of all the 15 countries,
right,
you were able to land like two good prospects,
right,
and you continue to work those prospects to see if we get some from those countries.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, so obviously we were informed that in Houston you have about 30 consulates. About 14 or 15 of the consulates came over, and we still have communication with a few of them. And that's very interesting that they continue that conversation. So the next project that we're looking at perhaps in the spring is going to Mexico City and talk to the business attachés at the embassies and continue that kind of conversation. There's more embassies obviously in Mexico City than Houston. So we're going to do something like that. It's in the books, and later on, once we have an official time and date, we'll notify the
other conversations that they've had at RioPlex. Is how are we doing on time?
No, we're fine.
You're good.
We got like 5
The
minutes.
auto sector. I know you've had conversations about being so close to San Antonio, so close to Austin, the Giga Truck Factory, Toyota up there, and all these potential suppliers that we could lure in a new environment that is more America manufacturing, America first manufacturing, trying to incentivize manufacturing on this area. What has come of those conversations, maybe being part of that 250-mile radius from San Antonio to feed in?
Absolutely. So we have another fantastic group in the region by the name of COSTEP, region, I think South Texas, that's what they call themselves. And they have taken on that initiative to work with the clusters, and Adam Gonzalez and his team, they're working real good. They're making all those contacts. So I believe that all those things that they're doing are going to help us very much.
I want to touch on another piece of low-hanging fruit. It's the high-tech sector, computer chip manufacturing, data centers. At South Texas College, we had a fascinating conversation the other day. So they're going to be teaching robotics and mechatronics. Mechatronics, a collection of engineering and all sorts of fancy schmancy, production of computers and tools and machinery. So that to me is screaming volumes of what is happening behind the scenes with economic development entities, preparing the curriculum to feed into high tech in South Texas. There could be feeding into Elon Musk, but there's so much potential for a chip manufacturer in the area and data centers.
Absolutely. So those programs that you're talking about, I started those programs when I was there, so they're working well, and there are programs that are needed in the community. So like December 2nd, we're going to have a meeting with the Workforce Development Group with the specific purpose of talking about the programs that are coming to the Port of Brownsville and SpaceX. We need new programs that we need to talk about to make sure they get started. So when the real need arrives, those students will be prepared to go and work in those industries. So specifically, we're looking at process engineering. We're looking at more high-tech welding. We're looking at wastewater and those kind of things, technicians. So there's a lot of new programs that we're going to talk about. And so I'll let you know when we have the meeting. Perhaps you want to join us.
Please do. We'd love to be a part of
Mario
it.
Reyna is with RealPlex. We're learning about how RealPlex affects our area and how it's being sold. Last time we spoke at the groundbreaking in Brownsville, you mentioned that a lot of the guys involved in selling our area, they kind of have to travel. They have to be able to travel independently and kind of pull their own weight. As part of this is when we start selling ourselves abroad. Is there a minimum to the group that gets sent out there? Hey, we need to have like 5 guys out here. We need these people to go out.
Absolutely. So whenever we decide to go to a particular area, people that are familiar with that area, that have contacts in those areas, they will obviously want to come along with us. So that's the idea behind the ambassadors. Everybody brings a special skill, a special talent, and they will know, hey, we're going this particular location. Who has contacts in those locations? Come with us. And then, of course, we're going to make special contact with the people that we need to go talk to, so they can meet with us. So if we can take a collective body of individuals that have a interest in that location, I think we're going to do much well.
We're coming up on the end of the year. Are there any more goals to be met before the year is over? Anything that spills over into 2026 that really need to be accomplished right now?
There's internal things that we need to do. We're working on the development of the organization. We're developing the website. We're developing internal things that we need to work on to make sure we communicate better with everybody. So those internal things are happening. But at the same time, we're looking at the future, and we have those particular plans right now to go to Mexico City, and so those are some of the 2 or 3 key priorities that we're working on right now.
Got to ask you, for any business owner or folks who have capital sitting on the sidelines and wish to be part of the team, maybe become one of the ambassadors for RealPlex, which means as an ambassador, on your own dime, go with the RealPlex team and other local leadership when a trade mission to Paris or a trade mission to Argentina, whatever, to go sell and bring to the area, go bring the fruits of that. So to join,
Absolutely.
What do you do?
So basically, if you want to be if you want to be an ambassador, obviously let us know, and then we'll evaluate who you are, and then the board will look at to see what it is that you can contribute to RealPlex, because as we're talking, you must be able to do things on your own. We must be able to recognize that you have some particular set of skills that you're going to bring to the organization. And if once we do all those little steps, then we'll say, okay, fantastic, you can be part of RealPlex.
Like the terms and sales, what we kill, we eat as a collective. So for your business, whether it's in distribution or engineering, whatever type of business you have in South Texas, we bring it here. We all receive the blessings.
The other thing, obviously, we want to invite folks to be members of RealPlex. So if you're interested in being a member, obviously give us a call, and we'll talk to you.
Mario Reyna, Executive Director from RealPlex. Thank you, brother.
Thank you,
Thanks
sir.
for joining us.
Appreciate it.
Sir.
You're listening to News Talk 710 KURV, your 956 drive home. We're in South Farm right now at the groundbreaking of a new cold storage distribution center with CIL Capital Development Solutions, RealPlex Economic Development, and La Bonanza Avocados. And we'll be back with more live from this event coming up after this on News Talk 710 KURV.
Coming up after the 956 drive home with Zach and Davis. Stay tuned for the Michael Berry Show starting at 6 on News Talk 710, KURV, KURV.com, and on the Radio Pod.
everything. Guns, knives, military, and every caliber of ammo you can possibly need. Doors open at 9 a.m. this weekend. For more info, go to saxetshows.com. It's the Saxet Gun Show at the McAllen Convention Center this Saturday and Sunday.
You're listening to 710 KURV, your 956 drive home. I'm Zach Cantu along with Sergio Sanchez, and Davey's taking the day off today. Some much deserved rest for us, not for him. For us, not for him. We're in the middle. We love you, Davey. We're in the middle of South Far right now with our friends at Rioplex Economic Development and CIL Capital Development Solutions. We are at this place. It's the size of maybe an HEB or a Sam's Club.
Put together.
It is a cold storage distribution center, and this is part of the big chain that gets our food to us. Our food comes from the bridge, and there's this big chain of where everything has to get inspected. It's got to stay cold. They need other places along that chain to help it stay cold along the way, and that's why this is very important to, first off, the way that we eat around here, but also from the money that is made through the produce guys and just everybody up and down the chain there. It's this huge 110,000 square foot facility and lots of office space that goes with that. And lots of avocados, Sergio.
We are so far removed from the comments about Far Texas like 2 decades ago, when I'm a much younger, thinner reporter I was. Far Texas was described as a bedroom community for McAllen. Far Texas was described as a bedroom community for the jobs at logistics, distribution, on military.
You're saying like live in Far and then drive to McAllen.
Drive to work. Far is a powerhouse in retail. Far is an even bigger powerhouse when it comes to logistics and the incoming, all the ag, berries, and what is it?
Avocados and papayas and
pineapples, all this thing coming in from Mexico.
So Mr. Baizan told us earlier today, all that produce coming in, it's got to stay cold or else it kills the shelf life. And that's money thrown away, food thrown away from our hungry tummies around here.
Man, you talk about the term just-in-time delivery, just-in-time logistics were, for example, like on the automotive sector. This is a term like from years ago, where they make the seatbelts, they make the buttons for the radio, they make the coverings for the seats, whatever, and it is delivered to the factory just in time to hit the assembly line for it to go into the final development of the product. Well, and avocados, they're like Louis was explaining, Louis Bazan from the Port of Brownsville. They keep it cold, they pick it, they keep it cold, and they cannot deviate from that temperature on the transport here, on the wait time to the bridge, from the transfer to the truck, to the warehouse, from that warehouse to another truck. It's got to stay at a certain temperature in order to eventually ripen to that nice, kind of soft. It kind of gives a little bit when you squeeze that avocado, because you don't want to buy it too hard. You buy it too hard, man, that sucker's going to sit on the shelf there for 3-4 days before it starts. Right.
Sometimes you want that. I don't know.
Really? You can't even chew it.
What if I don't want it right now? What if I want it 3 or 4 days from now?
Yeah, well, that's the reality of the avocados. They got to be that just perfect. And then if you wait too long, they start getting all brown and icky on the inside.
Yeah, and then you're forced to eat it.
No, I
had to do
go back, do a 3-pointer. Boom.
You know, I've been doing this like 1 meal a day carnivore / keto thing, and avocado is keto, right? So we had this avocado that was just sitting there, and I hadn't I had my eye on it for about 2 or 3 days, and it was starting to brown.
Yeah.
And so I wanted a piece of it, but at that point, you can't take a piece of it. You have to take the whole thing and just squeeze
you
it
got to
out.
carve it up and then get the nice green flesh versus the black stuff, and just kind of work your way around it, trying to get that. By the way, today is National Spicy Guacamole Day. So it's a Friday night. Go celebrate this with a spicy guacamole. Yeah. All right, so let's go pay some bills. We're hoping to hear from some of the investors from Michoacan here coming up on the drive.
Yeah, that's right. We're coming up on the bottom of the hour, and we're in South Far with our friends at Rioplex and CIL Capital Development Solutions. And we'll talk to some more of our friends coming up on the other end of this on News Talk 710 KURV, your 956 drive home.
Audio streaming on KURV.com. Powered by South Texas Buick GMC, McAllen, Mission.
I'm Dave Barnes, certified financial planner with a
for many years, and we're excited to announce that we are now part of a renowned company. With Chamberlain 125 plus years of experience, we'll offer expanded services and value warranties. Everything from residential flat roof coatings to commercial roof replacements to advanced waterproofing solutions. You'll get the same dedication with more service options. Visit us at chamberlainltd.com. That's chamberlainltd.com, or call us at 956-655-6178. That's 956-655-6178. We will continue to be your trusted source for all of your roofing and waterproofing needs. Call us today.
Guys, don't propose with a ring that she didn't pick out. Trust us, she already has a ring in mind. So engage with Gage Diamonds, in person or online, where Gage's skilled ring designers will work with her to create the perfect setting, matched with the perfect stone. Gage specializes in exquisite lab-grown diamonds. Financing available. GageDiamonds.com. We're engagement's middle name.
Ophthalmologist Dr. Rachel Gelman introduces the light adjustable lens for cataract surgery, the first and only lens that can be adjusted after cataract surgery in the comfort of our office. The configuration of the light adjustable lens is modified according to your personal lifestyle, desires, and vision goals. This allows you to customize and design your vision with complete confidence. Gelman Vision is your LASIK, cornea, and cataract specialty center.
Thanksgiving is coming up fast. Are you ready to host the ultimate Turkey Day feast? If not, get to South Texas Outdoor Kitchens in San Juan today. Stoke, the Valley's premier barbecue supply headquarters. We've got everything you need to make
Your 710 KURB AccuWeather forecast. Breezy tonight.
Good talking to you. Good seeing you again.
Come up to the microphone, Mayor. Otherwise,
It's a little
DJ
windy.
is gonna,
All right, well,
gonna
welcome.
drown us out.
Thank you for coming to City of Free City
Admittedly,
Park.
it's a little windy. So let's talk about FAR's role in the big group that is Rioplex. What are some strengths that
Absolutely. Well, FAR has always been leading with the concept of regionalism since for over 10 years. And we know that the entire border as a whole is extremely important to three countries: Canada, Mexico, and of course the United States. FAR has been moving in strides, whether it's at the MPO, when we merged the MPO from 3 to 4 to 1, for the goal of having infrastructure.
Metropolitan Planning Organization
That's
making
right.
decisions on
Infrastructure
money
projects.
for roads.
That's right. You want those big roads, you want the big highways, you want 2-to-1 exchange, you want new bridges, that's where you go. And so when we FAR led the charge to unite under one flag, it was the best thing we did. Now we have billions of dollars instead of just 100 million to utilize. So, and FAR always invests in infrastructure for the development of business. And that's what we bring to the table: 15,000 acres of development, and of course the infrastructure of over $500 million.
You guys have done so much with infrastructure over the past, like you said, 10 years or so, and the fiber was a big thing.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
It still is.
you guys are one of the first ones to have that, and it's such a big deal, especially
Yes.
when we got hit with the COVID. I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so connecting people with high-speed
That's
internet.
right.
How is that coming along?
Exceptionally well. We are one of 2 cities in the state of Texas that has fiber optic broadband, and we'll be the only 2 cities that forever will have it, since legislation was passed that you can no longer do what we do.
Wow.
So FAR was grandfathered in. We're smart. We're there first. That's what happens. And now the city of FAR and all its residents and businesses will benefit because now they have access to the World Wide Web.
Well, we got our neighbor Elon. We can connect to Starlink now.
You can. You
To
can.
the
satellites.
Murphy.
Mayor Ambrosio have done this for our city of FAR in 10 years in the blink of an eye.
Blink of an eye, sir.
And how things have changed in 10 years, Mayor. Like I was telling the mayor and Zach off here, FAR, many years back, 2 decades plus, the FAR was referred to as a bedroom community for the growing retail market of McAllen and light industry in McAllen, the logistics in McAllen that complemented Reynosa. Oh no, FAR Texas, we're hot stuff in FAR Texas, with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of square feet cold storage and receiving ag coming in and more on the way. Tell me about the industrial parks that we have in FAR, the más o menos ballpark figure, the economic impact in the billions of dollars, job creation, all of that. I know you look at those numbers quite a bit because we're selling to try to get more tenants down in FAR.
Yes, we are. So it is true. FAR, as any other city along the border, is unique. It has its strengths and weaknesses. And I think all the cities along the Rio Grande Valley are impeccable cities. I love every single one of them. In this case, FAR is unique in that aspect. You know, we've had quite a bit of development show up. It's no longer in the hundreds of thousands, but it's now we have millions of square feet being developed. We have multiple contracts that we have executed, which there will be not only produce. We realize the international community not only wants its avocados, they want all its products from all over the world. So we moved on to make sure that we are also a member of the manufacturing, the chip manufacturing as well, and other products, not just produce. So you will see in the short order that the international bridge will be expanding even more so the volume of other commodities other than produce, all for the benefit of the Rio Grande Valley, the great state of Texas, and our great nation. Because with that comes jobs, great quality of life for our families in the United States and abroad, even Mexico and Canada. They get it as well. But yes, we do contribute to the grand scheme of the Rio Grande Valley.
Ambrosio Hernandez, our mayor for FAR, joining us on 710 KURV. Let's talk about 3 areas of growth that you would like to see happen in FAR in the next 5 to 10 years.
Well, 3 areas. I think the first is finish what you started. So we want to finish our bridge, which will be done in January. Second order of business is we have to finish all the new manufacturing warehouses that we have invested in and committed to. Third order of business, if we were very proud of the fact that we finished our infrastructure within the city proper when it comes to roads, when it comes to our health, our EMS, when it comes to all our roads need to be redone and maintained. And now the next step is to be sure that we have proper entertainment that our community wants, that's unique, that may or may not be, we're not interested in competing with any other city. We want to complement what's happening in our community, but it has to be something unique that the FAR residents are wishing and desiring to happen in FAR. So the next level is to bring in entertainment and probably some more restaurants that they like to complement our community.
Is there room at the industrial parks to cash in on what we see other cities that they're recruiting heavily, which is either battery parks or data centers or chip manufacturing, to put something like that in our industrial park? Or are we, we've cornered and far the market when it comes to the intake of produce, and that's what we're going to maximize here?
Correct.
Yeah.
Everything is strategy. This is what I do know. Build it, they will absolutely come. The business community knows the fastest, shortest route is between 2 points is a straight line. The Far International Bridge, compared to any other bridge along the border, is a direct line to the east and the East Coast and Midwest. So all I have to do as a city is provide the infrastructure and get out of the way, and commerce and the business community will do the rest. I don't have to market. I've not been marketing. All I've been doing as a city is making sure people know what we invested in, and they're coming by the droves.
You like the gig, the mayor gig, or are you going to do something else in the future? Huh? You're going to stick around?
No te entiendo.
Habla español. I don't. He doesn't speak politics right now. I got you.
That is correct.
Yeah, that's right. It is.
Go ahead.
Well, let's close up because I think we have one of the investors coming up.
Sure.
So on this national spicy guacamole day, your recipe, real quick. What's your guacamole recipe?
Oh, truth be told, if you know me, when it comes to what I consume, I actually do not like avocados.
What?
I never have.
Are you one of those people that it tastes funny
just,
to you? It tastes funny?
I don't like the taste at all. Yeah. No matter what dish you put it in, I don't like it.
Uh-huh.
So I can't comment on that, sir.
No, I understand. You're genetically wired like that. There's some people that, for example, they taste cilantro. It tastes like soap.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. Yeah,
I
like
love cilantro.
yeah.
See,
No.
we're taste buds are different.
But it tastes fine. You just don't like the texture or
I don't like the
anything that goes
texture,
with
nor
it.
do I like the taste.
Well, you love the city of Far.
We love the city of Far, absolutely.
We were going to publish the mayor's, guac recipe, but okay, that's.
Yeah, you've been going to pass on that one.
All right. Thanks for joining us, Mayor.
Thank you, sir.
Continued
As always.
success. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you,
That's,
sir.
Mayor Ambrosio Hernandez for our City of Far. We'll come right back and see if we can speak with one of the investors, part of the Michoacan delegation. We're broadcasting from South Far, and we are here on behalf of Rio Planks Economic Development Group.
Now we're in the city of Far away from the city. See what I did there? We're in South Far right now for a groundbreaking. Yeah, we're pretty close to the International Bridge, and we'll get to why about that in a second. Zach Cantu and Davis taking a break. Sergio Sanchez on your 956 drive home. We're in South Far at a groundbreaking of a cold storage distribution center. One of the big reasons why your food gets to you with a very healthy shelf life. Your produce, the berries, the avocados, papayas, you name it. Fruit comes across, it stays cold, it gets to these storage centers, it stays cold, it gets onto trucks, and it comes to the grocery store. You know what I always thought was interesting, Sergio, is that you ever in your kitchen drop a carrot or a berry or an apple or something, and you ever see somebody just throw it away after it hits the floor?
Well, yeah.
And you ever think about it? Some guy that you're never going to meet is picking the fruit out of a field, out of the dirt and the ground. It gets shipped onto a truck, and it sits in a warehouse. And then people who you're never going to meet touch it with their bare hands, and they put it on the rack.
Yeah.
All of that, it gets to you, it falls on the floor, and suddenly I have to throw it away.
I'm still not going to eat it. I know we're trying to make an argument. Just wash it. There's a 3-second rule. You can still eat it. You know, actually, I would eat it. You know who has a phobia of that? It's Mama, Radio Mama. She won't, and she tells the boy, "Don't you dare eat it if it touches, even if it touches the counter, like this. It's not in the plate. Oh, that's it. Yeah, nobody.
Right, like stuff that grows in the dirt. Like we're.
I saw Dr. Solis from South Texas College, and this like warehousing. The logistics stuff, they have a curriculum that teaches individuals how to do all this logistics and distribution and the intake of whether it's car components or appliances, whatever it is that they do. That's like that's a curriculum. That's a certification that they have for that. They've had it for years at South Texas College. And of course, the other things like we were telling Mario Reina,
because it's fascinating. It's kind of like with, I don't know if you watched a lot of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood growing up, but they would always show how things were made, how crayons were made or some toy was made, or how clay gets into the boxes that get sent to the stores and stuff. That's not something that I think the average person gets to see. And if I wanted to start a business, I would have no idea, if I didn't have a class like that, how to set up the chain of supply and getting the materials together and manufacturing, all that stuff.
Have a seat, my friend.
Hey!
This is, welcome to the program. I'm going to get right to the point.
Yes.
You are part of the Michoacan delegation, right? My guest right now, with about 3-4 minutes left in the program, Gabriel Villaseñor. You are with La Bonanza Avocados. This is all your gig. This is the warehousing. You're going to be using. That's your warehousing over there too? Is that phase one?
Yes.
That we're looking
like this.
Okay, so that's phase one, the big warehouse that we have, and this is the groundbreaking for phase two. All avocados, right?
Yeah, avocados and chiles.
Yeah. Look, hubieran hecho what they should have done, some guacamole instead of popcorn.
Yes.
The celebration, right? that was
good idea.
Real nice. So tell me about your company, your operations, family history, economic impact, employment. What do you have in
My
Mexico?
father began growing avocados in the ending of 70s. And
a little closer.
Real close. And then we worked my father since 2001.
Okay.
And we are growers, packers, and shippers.
Yeah.
We have a guac plant, and for us, very important develop in the USA market, because how you know the USA market is the biggest ones by the world.
And pretty soon with the Super Bowl, puro guacamole here,
Yes.
Super Bowl in February.
Because guacamole is very healthy. The people now care his body.
Yeah.
And the one good option is eat avocados.
Yeah. It's like a little meme, a little avocado that says, "I'm fat, but I'm good fat." Yeah, that's the avocado. How big is your company in sheer dollars and employment? How many people do you have in your employ?
La Bonanza Group in global have around 1,000 employees in between Mexico and USA.
Which Is it just Mexico and here, or do you also have like offices and satellites?
No, it's
other
in
countries?
Mexico. We have 2 plants in Mexico.
Okay.
And 8 different fields, and in all our companies, and is more than the 1,000.
Is Far Texas like the main landing point from Michoacan? You're sending it here, or you're also sending trucks somewhere else?
No,
your product.
This is all our products come to Far, and there is distributed to all USA.
Gabriel Villaseñor you are CEO, owner?
Yes, I'm an owner, yes.
Of the owner of La Bonanza Avocados, and today we celebrated the groundbreaking for phase 2 of this big warehousing cold storage. How, like, let's say you pick it in Michoacan, and it's nice, it's hard, right?
Yes.
It's not maduro, it's not ripened yet.
Yes.
How long, under optimum conditions, how long can it last in the packing shed and transport? A week, 2 weeks before you make it to HEB and sell it? How long does it last?
The chill life?
Yeah.
The chill life since harvest.
The transport life too, yes, since harvest. Yeah.
Since harvest until you can eat it, it's around 1 month. It's 30 days.
Wow. That's quite a bit.
But this is the line.
Yeah.
But the fresh avocado is around to 10 days after harvest.
You got to tell me what the clock means. Remember, I go
Sorry,
over.
it's in seconds. We have like a minute.
One more minute.
One
One minute.
minute.
So you went to see SpaceX today and the Port of Brownsville. What do you think?
Yes.
Tell me what you saw.
Wow, it's amazing. It's
right.
Wonderful. They invest and all develops in the port of Brownsville is amazing. I'm very happy with the visit today in Brownsville because I can see the develop and all the strong economy there.
It's an amazing economy that we have. See if you can meet Elon Musk, give him an aguacate, give him an avocado. They can suck it in space, eat it in space.
Yes.
Right? That would be real nice. Hey, thanks for having us over. It's a pleasure meeting you. And
Thank
we wish
you.
continued success. We wish you the best.
Thank
That
you.
is
Thank you for
Gabriel
your time.
Villaseñor with La Bonanza Avocados.
Yeah, we want to thank our friends with Rioplex as well. We'll see you here on Monday on Newstalk 710 KURV.
The 12th man lives here.
To earn them.
This is